So consumer's utility. We want to talk about. Fuck. I have to do back day tonight. I have to do back. I feel I lost my body. I feel I'm not. I can't feel my body. I lost the soreness. I missed it. So that's the consumer's utility. And I want to mention one more thing. Where is Singen? Oh, okay. Alright, fuck them. Oh, utility, alright. This is the consumer utility section, and we wanna look at the benchmark. I wanna consumer's utility also here, which is almost nothing. Consumer utility micro foundation. Following in, we can introduce a representative consumer with a quadratic utility function U that microfounds the firm's objectives in our oligopoly example. We write the consumer's utility. We write the consumer's utility as a symmetric, quadratic, and concave function of the n goods quantities. Well, yeah. Where is this term coming? Why is it like this? They're my question. Where A is alpha minus beta in plus beta jn, so it's alpha on the diagonal and beta off diagonal. By proposition D7, U is strictly concave if alpha is concave if alpha is less than beta less than minus alpha, given vector of good prices P in Rn, what is P? P is the price, but it's not a core now. Okay, the consumer wants to maximize this. Exactly. Which implies the following linear inverse demand function. Let me see this one. Gradient of Q. It's AQ plus gamma 1n, which makes sense. Why is it the inverse demand? Actually, if we have a demand function, that can be a utility that maximizes this, right? In a corner competition, each firm I chooses quantity Qi star that maximizes this term, Pi minus C. We choose Qi, Pi is decided based on the demand. But what is the demand in the corner? Beauty, corner competition, firms dude, I should not sit like that's it. Firms produce goods that are partial substitutes. Qi denote the quantity of good I produced by firm I, assuming a linear demand curve. So we assume a linear demand curve in Cornell, of course, with symmetric substitution patterns. The inverse demand curve of good, which says inverse demand says what is the price for a quantity, right? Yeah, assuming a linear demand curve with symmetric substitution patterns, the inverse demand curve of good I can be written as Pi of Q, sum of the Qi's, for each price, for each product, with R less than 0. Do we have such a personalized price here? Yes. Exactly. So what is alpha and beta here then? No problem. With R less than 0, finally with a marginal production cost of theta I, profit is this, best response is this, which is of the form 1. Alright, let's go to the rest of the paper here. It's like this. Price. Okay. And then you're saying that's the right corner. In a corner competition, each firm I chooses quantity Qi star that maximizes Pi minus CiQi, where Ci is the marginal cost of production. Using 3, we find that the vector Q star satisfies P minus C minus alpha Q star, hence the welfare of the firm is minus alpha Q star firms. And whereas how did we what about 1/2? Oh, okay, utility of the firm, I can compute it here. Pi minus C is minus alpha Q star times Qi is minus alpha Qi squared, right? Whereas the exposed utility of the consumer at the market clearing price is exposed after they choose Q star minus alpha over 2 Qi squared minus beta Qi Qj. Sounds good. In a Bertrand competition, each firm I chooses the price, the quantity will be maximizes this, using this, we write Q, where B is can be expressed as function of alpha coordinate. Q is minus alpha prime P star minus C, hence this is the firm's welfare. Alpha is negative, and the exposed utility will be this. Consumer's utility doesn't change, it is just up to the firm, because theta I is QI, right? Theta I QI is the type factor here. Alright, what do I want now? Finding the welfare, total welfare. So let's assume Cornell. Let's go Cornell all the way. Alright, this is a this stuff should be clean, but alright, Cornell. Consumer's utility, Cornell competition, president, partial substitutes, QI denote the demand curve with symmetric substitution pattern. So we have this demand curve. Demand curve is price is a function of the quantity produced. Pi of Q, which is the vector of Q's, is omega plus R J not equal I Q J minus QI over 2. That's the price. R negative. And then UI of QI, utility of firm I, utility of Q, right? Yeah. Will be QI PI of Q minus theta I QI, which will be, I want to find RST. QI minus 1/2 QI squared plus R QI sigma QJ J naught I plus omega minus theta I QI. Therefore, R will be R negative, S will be 1, and T will be -1. Perfect. Right, RST. S1 T -1. That's it. Now let's go to the utility consumers utility part. So this is this U of Q, consumers utilities, capital U. U of Q equals 1/2 AQ inner product with Q plus gamma 1n and Q, which is actually 1/2 if I assume a vector presentation, a column presentation. 1/2 QT AQ plus gamma QT 1n, right? And which it says, and it says A is alpha on diagonal beta, 1/2 alpha QI squared plus beta QI QJ I not equal to J because 1/2 goes away, plus gamma sigma QI. Am I right? 1/2 alpha QI squared beta I less than J QI QJ gamma QI exactly, where A is alpha and beta of diagonal. Perfect. By proposition, this one is concave because U wants the maximum. U is concave if and only if its Hessian is strictly or semi negative. The matrix A should be positive semi, negative semi definite. Means A should be less than 0, which is if and only if alpha less than strictly concave, strictly, yeah, because affine means we have no maximum. We will have negative definite, no semi-definite, negative, that will result in alpha being less than beta less than minus alpha over n minus 1. Then consumer, what does consumer's net utility or final utility is UQ minus the price they pay, right? the utility they gain from using the product minus the gain. UQ what only had Q in it, so it is just about how consumers enjoy using the product minus the price they paid. P dot Q, right, will be one half AQ Q plus gamma 1n Q minus. It didn't say anything about gamma. I just want to connect this alpha, beta, gamma with the first example we have in Cornell. PQ, which will be 1/2 alpha sigma qi squared plus what the fuck, beta qi qj I less than j plus sigma I gamma minus pi qi, right? So consumer wants to maximize this. I want to call it V of. In Cornell, what is Cornell? In Cornell, sellers set the Q, the price comes from the demand curve. So Q is the choice of sellers given the demand curve. But who sets the P? Consumer sets the P? That sounds stupid. I don't know. Consumer sets. Consumer should be rational, maximize V of Q and P probably, by on P. Is it the story you're telling? So, okay. Yeah, okay. Round. So, consumer sets the P and price function, and consumer chooses what price it pays for each option, and then that's the story of the Cornell. The story of Cornell is that we have a consumer, we have sellers, and consumer says for each product how much I'm going to pay, and each seller says how much I'm gonna produce. Round V, round P equals 0, then we have 1/2, actually not 1/2, AQ plus gamma 1n minus P should be 0, therefore P should be AQ plus gamma n gamma 1n, which is inverse demand curve. Right? And so, okay, this part is common between the two. And then they choose a Q star that maximizes this Pi minus Ci times Qi. Well, not really. That maximizes UiQ, where is it? Qi Pi minus theta I Qi. Yeah, let's change it to theta I. Here is the marginal constant. Is it the same theta I? Or no? We use theta I, so let's use it theta I. Where is Ci? Is it true? No, exactly, I know that. Alright. Good friends. So AQ plus gamma n should be this Pi function, which is this. Where are you? So if I want to match this part with the other part, it should have, so here it says P is AQ plus gamma n. The other part says, it says P is this shit. Omega, Pi is, what is Pi? This formula tells us Pi of Q is alpha Qi plus beta sigma j not equal I Qj plus gamma. If you want to compare it, alpha should be minus 1/2, beta should be R, and gamma should be omega, right? And then we want to mention that we want to check if it is strictly convex. Beta is between minus alpha over n minus 1 and alpha. it requires us to have r between 1 over 2n minus 1. That's my problem. Minus 1 half. You want to have minus 1 and 1 over n minus 1. This only works for r between minus. Where is the first time we say r should be between? I think in optimization we say that, otherwise. So it shows up in the participation. What background Cornell? Okay, Cornell. R should be between minus 1 half and 1 over n 2n minus 1. Okay, that's what we need if we want our consumer utility model. The consumer utility model works for R between consumers utility model. Perfect. And so it's not minus 1 over. Alright. And then what is using 3 for each QI star produces. Wait a second, what? I'm lost a bit. So this is the demand curve that consumer gives to the sellers. Now sellers try to maximize their utility, which leads to UI of Q. UI of Q is QI PI of Q minus theta I QI star will be PI of Q star plus QI star round QI minus 1 half minus theta I equals 0. Where is this coming from? P minus the minus alpha q star. So it says pi minus q. That is not true. Where are you talking? What are you talking about? What is the q star? Are you joking? What are you talking about? Q P minus theta ui of q is P pi of minus theta I. If you want to maximize ui of q, qi is pi of q star minus theta I. Equals 0. I don't know, where is this q star coming from? Q star. Movie star. Margin because we're using 3, we find that the vector is. What q star? There is no q star. Hence the welfare of the firm is this. Welfare of the firm. Alright, fuck off. I'm gonna compute welfare of the firm myself. 10 minutes, guys, I have to go. So we said we have the Corno model for the sellers or data buyers here, and we came up with a consumer's utility model, that is this, and then we said matching it with the main Corno example, prior Corno example, alpha should be minus 1/2, beta is r, and gamma is omega. Now you are saying we have the pi of q, and we have a and b and gamma and everything. So what is the utility of the... So they gave us this motherfucker, alright? The action argmax to this function, what is this? That's the formula we have. Qi star best action, best response, if it is the best response. Best response is R sigma j naught I qj star plus s, which is 1, omega minus t theta I, which is t is minus 1. Oh, sorry. Minus t theta I. Minus theta I plus t theta I, which is minus theta I. Now what you're saying, bitch? You're saying welfare, then UI, okay, UI of Q star, let's assume that, will be alright, UI of Q is QI, PI of Q, which is AQ plus gamma n, 1n, minus PI, QI theta I, right? Round QI equals 0, then we have AQ plus, okay, PI is rho I of this motherfucker, which is minus theta I say rho I. R is a vector that does that for us. R is this. And then UI of QI will be, it should be 0, and that's the solution. Well, if you're saying that's the solution, that's the solution. Yeah, okay. Then UI of Q star will be, so you are saying that's the equation that gives us. Yeah. So to maximize for QI, to find the best response, you need to maximize each UI of QI for the QI star. Therefore, it's not very difficult. It gives us this, but I want to write it down again. So we want to have QI times omega plus R J naught I QJ minus QI over 2. Dude, my posture sucks when I'm writing on this. Minus theta I QI. This round QI should be 0. Therefore, we have omega minus theta I plus R QJ minus QI equals 0. This gives us the equation for this, and the solution to this, that Q equals A minus alpha I Q plus W n minus theta. If you put this solution to the UI of Q, it says it will be, it's not very difficult. It also says Q star will be, how do you know that? Q star minus alpha Q star will be P minus theta. P minus theta, alright. P minus theta, what is it? P minus theta. P minus theta. You are saying this P minus theta is minus alpha 1/2 QI. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I checked. Alright, Q star. Perfect. Welfare will be P minus theta times minus alpha Q. Alright, that's true. Which is 1/2 QI squared, whereas the exposed utility of the consumer at this market clearing price is minus 1/2 AQQ. Is that true? It is this term. Why do we have that? Oh, utility of U of Q, not V of Q. U of Q will be 1/2 AQQ plus gamma 1N and Q. But for the Q star we have for Q star we don't have Q star. Okay. Is this? Why is it this? U of Q star and QQ star. Q star equals alpha minus A minus alpha n Q star plus S gamma 1n plus T theta. Now if you're saying UQ star is UQ star is AQQ star. AQ star is 1/2 alpha alpha plus 1 q star plus s gamma n plus t theta q star plus gamma 1 q star. S is 1. I'm gonna go on the ground next time. Where is that formula coming from? I couldn't find this formula. Alright, I have to go to the group meeting. Next time I will be on the ground. I don't want to sit on the table. Fuck you, I'm tired. Oh, stop.